Hi there. Just popping in today to talk about the current energies and everything that we're all being affected by at this time. So there's a lot going on at this time. July is huge. There's a huge event happening between the 19th and the 21st of July called Bell Boats Basket, which is a very sort of technical astrological thing which has happened, which apparently has not, I'm not a technical astrologer, I'm an intuitive astrologer. So I don't always understand exactly how the technical stuff works, but I can feel how it works. So with this big Bell Boats Basket that's coming up from which is going to be peaking between the 19th and the 21st of July, what we have is five of the powerful outer planets, or the outer planets, all sitting at 4 degrees of different signs of the zodiac. Two of them are the same. Saturn and Neptune are both around about 4 degrees of Aries. And then we've got Pluto at around about 4 degrees of Aquarius, Jupiter at around about 4 degrees of Leo, and Uranus at about 4 degrees of Gemini. So when those come together, the Uranus, Pluto, Saturn, and Neptune sort of are forming like what we call a basket shape. And then the handle of the basket, or the saucepan, or whatever you want to call it, is the Jupiter and Leo. So the Jupiter and Leo is the bit that we need to hold on to. All the rest of it, the basket, is all the change that's coming, and this is massive change. And this is a lineup of planets, or an aspect, or whatever is being formed by these planets that has never been seen before, not in these signs of the zodiac. And even when it's been seen before in some semblance, it's nowhere near as powerful as it is now. And Barbolt, who came up with these conclusions and who predicted the pandemic coming in 2020, and also predicted, has looked at his astrology and really looked at all the different things that have gone on historically, sorry, and looked at what the planets were doing at that time. And he's come up with this theory of, when the planets are all in these lower signs, or sorry, lower degrees of signs of the zodiac, and one other planet is on that basket end, it tends to mean that humanity, the earth plane, everything is undergoing a massive, massive change, a massive shift and move forward. So it's the redefining of a civilization. It's the end of an empire, all of this energy. Now, we've known that this has been coming for quite some time. So we're building up to this at this time. But what is actually particularly relevant that I'd like to talk to you about today is the current energy. So we have Mercury in retrograde in Cancer. And so that's going to carry on until the 23rd of July. So Cancerian energy, when we have to go Mercury in retrograde, it's always about going within. So if we're going within with Cancerian energy, we're going within to look at the mother wounds. We're looking at our compassion, our intuition, our empathy, our family energy, our need to be loved, and our ability to love ourselves. So all of those are coming up at the moment. And on top of that, with Chiron now moved into Taurus, that's redefining our sense of security. Now, the two signs of the zodiac that often need the most security in life are Taurus and Cancer. Taurus tends to look at it for material things and money and assets and things like that, whereas Cancerian security is very much about whether they feel loved or not, or safe enough. And so with this energy at the moment, it's really, stirring things up for people, where we're finding that areas where we might have felt quite confident in before, suddenly we feel a bit unsure, or we're getting triggered by things. And this is all about the internal stuff that's going on with this retrograde. And in particular, is all of that Cancerian need to be loved, that need to be worthwhile, that need to be needed, is a very Cancerian trait. So we're re-examining and revisiting those things to see if they are sustainable. If you are spending your time giving all your love and all your attention, all your compassion, empathy to other people, and not giving any of that to yourself, that's not sustainable. You're not going to come out of this on top at all. You've got to start doing it for you. And Chiron and Taurus is also asking us to redefine our security and really think in life, what is it that really does make you feel secure? I mean, is it money, or is it love? Is it family, or is it a great job? You've got to really, and so we're all being asked to reconsider this, to really look at it, and to check in to make sure that whatever we're relying on to make us feel safe and secure is going to last the distance. And the only way it's going to last the distance is if it's created by you internally. It's an inside job, and no amount of possessions or anything, they'll last you a little while and they'll be okay, but they're not sustainable because they're outside of you. There's something that can come and go very easily, but whatever you hold on to inside of you, good or bad, is what's real. And so this is why the more we can turn whatever we're holding on to inside of ourselves to positive energy, to self-love, to self-respect, self-belief, and really important at this moment is the self-belief, because we're moving forward. The world is changing, and it's changing very, very dramatically this month, and we've got to be able to go with that. So over analyzing what you're feeling and overthinking what you're feeling isn't going to help. It's actually, in some ways, it's best just to go through it. Except I'm feeling a lot of grief at this time, so I need to cry, I need to write, I need to do something to relieve myself of this grief. I don't need to psychoanalyze myself and sit down and think, well, why am I sad? Because there's 100 reasons why you'll be sad. And what will be coming up for a lot of people is grief that hasn't been allowed to see the light of day, or you've been too busy to grieve for something, or you've been too busy helping someone else with their grief that you haven't looked after your own. So allow everything you're feeling to come up and allow it to be. Just allow yourself to feel these things, and you will feel a lot better on the other side of it. And just to realize with any fears that have been triggered, which is also very normal if you're feeling insecure or unsafe, is to feel triggered with old fears that come back in. Just remember that it's really important to face what you fear. Yes, it's terrifying and absolutely scary, and nobody really wants to do it. But on the other side of it, you will all know that when you have faced a fear before in the past, on the other side of that is freedom and peace. And there is nothing better than freedom and peace. So be kind to yourselves. Give yourselves lots of self-love, lots of self-care. Treat yourselves to things and give yourself a hug every now and then, but just be gentle with yourself, because we're all going through this. You're going through your own personal stuff, and then you're also going through what the collective is going through, because we go through everything as collective and as individuals. So just know that a lot of what you're feeling isn't just yours. You're helping everybody else to release their negative energy and their fears and their limitations as well. And it all comes back to that self-care. So look after yourselves, be kind to yourselves, and look at your security and where it needs to change so that you can feel more secure and more in a space where the security you're creating for yourself is going to last you and is going to feel good and is going to support you in every way. So be good to yourself with this energy, and just realize that this will shift too. Time, this too shall pass. So enjoy this, and I'll be back to talk to you again soon. Bye.